How are you? Hope you are doing good. This is Mr. Nyakinyanya Japhet, a psychologist and a mediator. This week, I'm going to talk about stress clacking problem. As you all know, in our family, in our community, in our country, and globally, stress has been the problem, and it has been a major problem that causes even families to separate, as we even made the children, young children, to have school dropouts. We have even seen, even in everywhere, people are struggling to make ends meet. When you talk about stress, this is something that happens in our mind. It is the way it responds to the occurrences of our life. We have positive stress, and then we have negative stress. As you all know, positive stress, these are some of the stresses which are making, maybe for example, you have a wedding, you're struggling to have a wedding, you see that one, that place of having a wedding, it makes you to think more. And then we have negative stress. And I think for us to understand better and to make us know how to deal with this stress, we have the negative stress, which sometimes it grows to cause depression. And as you all know, this month we are talking about suicide prevention. And one of the causes of suicide, it is having a lot of stress. It causes depression. Ladies and gentlemen, for you to support me to get more videos, I need you to subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My names are there on the screen. Nyakinyanya Japhet, a psychologist and a mediator. Now, let us go back to our daily lives. Maybe at work, at our family. How does this stress occur? Stress occurs here, maybe when you are under pressure, when you lack the space of maneuver to make ends meet. Maybe now we can talk about students who are in the universities, who have when they have finished the university, their expectations is to have job, you see, but now you don't get job. How are you going to cope with this situation? How are you going to deal with this stress? Maybe even in the relationships, you have your boyfriend, you have your girlfriend, maybe because of conflicts, you have not even known how to handle these problems. It has created stress. It has created a negative stress. Not only that, even the families where we come from, maybe because of financial problems, we have been not even be able to know how to cope with this lack of money. Now, what causes stress? Ladies and gentlemen, what causes stress? Stress can be genetic. Stress can be even created by yourself. Maybe when you think more. And the stress, the way we have said, it's you can create stress. It is you can end stress. The one good thing is stress can be managed. And if it can be managed, me and you, we can manage stress. And if we cannot manage stress, and then we have said, stress, it kills itself. So what's the good side of it? The good side of it is because all the way we have been created, our mind has been created. When we see things in a positive way, our mind works for the solution. And if we think that things are not going to work, it means things are not going to work. So our mind, psychologically, the way our minds are created, if we focus on positivity, it means we are going to have a positive result. And if we focus on the problems, it means we are going to have the problems. The small way to handle stress, we mean that it is all about being positive. And if you are going to be positive, it means you have handled stress. Let me give a very good example. Let's say, for example, we have young ladies and gentlemen who have finished their university. Right now, they are just in home. They are waiting to be employed. And then you see the problem in our country.
Yeah.
And then you see the problem in our country is job opportunity has been a layer. And then when it has been there, you see, you have to look a way of surviving. You have to look a way of surviving. You see the problem I see in this country where I travel, and when I receive most of the clients, people complain a lot. People are complaining, people are not looking for the solutions. People are waiting, people want to get life being made by other people for them. But let me tell you, young youths who are outside, life is all what you make. Life is all what you create. And then this stress we are talking about, it's something that you can do away with it. Let me talk with those youths who are unemployed, who are looking for the jobs. One thing that you can do, start thinking positive. Start looking for the ways. I can remember when I finished my school, when I was outside looking for a job, once I finished the college, I expected to be employed like other people. You know what? I didn't stay and then start waiting for a job to come. No, I started a business. I started selling sugarcane at my place to make my hands meet. At the end of the day, this month, the money that I got around 2,000, it helped me to continue to thrive. It is what enables me to pay my bills. Let me tell you, young ladies and gentlemen, life can be better if things, they think that it is you expect miracles. It is not expecting miracles. As a psychologist, let me tell you that the way our mind works, it works in a way that all of us, the way we think, we open up. We open our mind. We start seeing things made. Things cannot be made if all we think of negative. Here, when we talk about negative, ladies and gentlemen, we mean that negative is when you see negative is when you don't see like there's a good start at the end of the tunnel. Huh? So I want to say that life is very easy. Life can be good without stress, but life can be hard if all we think of stress. Most of the people, they think of stress, they think of problems, they think of, let's say for example, these the students who have finished school, they start blaming their parents, they start blaming their teachers. You cannot go anywhere. It's you who create your life that you want. Today, as I'm talking like that, like this, what I was facing, if I was blaming my parents, if I was blaming my teachers, that if only this can happen, and then I was to be stagnant. So I want to say that stress is something that we can handle. Stress is something that we can manage. And having been saying that, let us now learn about how we can handle stress in our families and even in our workplace. First, when you wake up in the morning, you need to know your daily routine, what you tell yourself. There's other people, when they wake up in the morning, it's all about complaining. It's all about seeing difficult. Maybe even the day has not even ended. If we wake up in the morning and then we see like there's a way we can work in a better way, there's a way we can create money, there's a way we can wake up and make a day in a positive way, it means our mind, psychologically, our mind will work for the solutions. And if we wake up in the morning complaining, your mind will not work. I give you this as experienced psychologist for many years. I tell you that the way what you tell your mind, it is what it gives. You cannot tell your mind that this day is going to be bad and then it gives you positive. No. You give to your mind positive things and it will give you the positive. I said, what you focus, if you focus on the problem, you get the problems, right? I think now, having been said that, that's one way of solving. So plan your day. When you wake up in the morning, plan your day. Have a journal. Write your goals, small goals that you want to achieve at the end of the day. That's when you do that. And then when the day ends, don't end your day without even checking your journal, without even checking the objectives that you have achieved. Let's say, for example, if you set the small goals and then you achieve at the end of the day, you know what? Let's say, for example, you set at the end of the day, there's a business you wanted to do and then you succeed. When you succeed, at the end of the day, before you sleep and then you check your channel, you tick. Yes, I achieved this. Yeah, do you know what? You will be happy. And then when you will be happy, your mind will just create the happy hormones like serotonin and dopamine. When you have serotonin and dopamine, it depresses the stress. Another way that you can solve stress, it is number 2. It's about being busy. You say that in an idle mind, It is where the devil likes to say, you know, I don't want to be more of the pastor. I'm not a pastor, I'm a psychologist, but I can use that to make you understand better. Our mind, the way you have said, if you just say that you are there, you don't think, you don't want to think, you are just there, you wait life itself to work. Life cannot work. Life can't work for this self. You have to wake up in the morning, you have to work for yourself, for your honey. Let me talk for those people who come from families, maybe their dad have worked for them, they have money, and then they wake up. All of us, we are humans, and all of us, we have our mind. And then the way we work, the way we train our mind, it is how we are going to, the life that we are going to have. Let me tell you that if you have a parent, if you have their parents who are well off, it doesn't mean they will stay forever. They are going to leave you to stay. They are going to stay for you to live for your own life. You cannot have a good life if all you don't wake up and then you start creating your life. Create the life you want. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get psychological teaching. Thank you.